Hello everyone, Minkey here with a sort of different video today. I want to go over some of the old promises that I've made throughout sort of my older content, if you will, everything before the escape and such. So that's what I want to do today. I figured I'd do this today on Sunday, which is the 22nd of June, I believe. I can't remember. I'm recording this about a month in advance, so, but as I release this, the third Let's Play movie has actually been out for a week now, particularly all four parts of it, those being the three main parts and the highlights, and I figured I'd release a video like this just to kind of give you an idea of what to expect from my old content as well as my new content as well. I've got some stuff from the new content that I've kind of promised as well, but I'll go over at least my old content in this video. Now another thing as well is that there'll probably be a part 2 to this video, because I haven't watched all of my Let's Plays yet, to the point where I know exactly what promises I need to make, if you will. So once I've watched all of the LPs and I've done all the LP movies and whatnot, I'll get round to making a part 2 and saying like, here's all the other promises I missed in the part 1 of this video right here, and here's what to expect kind of thing. So yeah, look forward to that, but also look forward to the promises that I'm going to list during this video. Alright, so the first promise, if you will, is Pokemon Black-One AEF. Now this is my first ever Let's Play that I ever made, and unfortunately it is completely lost media because I didn't save it. So I will have to remake it. Fortunately, I do have plans on making a Gen 5.1 AEF. Now what that means, I feel like it's a little obvious what it means, but I'll just explain. Basically what that means is, it's obviously Gen 5.1, it's obviously an AEF on Pokemon Black 1 and White 1. There'll be a Gen 5.2 AEF on Black 2 and White 2. And AEF stands for After Elite for Extras. Basically the post-game of the game. And the reason why I call it an AEF rather than a post-game is because back in 2011, when I started this LP, the 13th of March 2011, I didn't actually know what a post game was, if you will. I mean, I knew what it is. I just didn't know what the word for it was. So I just called it After Elite for Extras. And I kind of stuck with that name because I feel like it's a little out there, if you will, and it's just something that I figured I'd pay respects to. Especially with another Let's Play that I did that I'll talk about in a second. And also, it's not called Pokemon Gen 5.1 Original AEF like the other AEFs have been so far, because they're called Gen 1 Original AEF, Gen 2 Original AEF. I renamed it like last month at this point because I figured let's call it Gen 1 Original AEF, because eventually I'm going to do Gen 1 Remake AEF. So it's just to help prevent a bit of confusion, if you will, between the games. And obviously this will go for Gens 1 through 4, just to help avoid confusion and whatnot. So there is that as well. The next LP I could talk about is Pokemon Black 2 Japanese Half-Blind. This LP is probably not going to get remade whatsoever, unfortunately. I still have the game, but I no longer have the save file. So yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I will, however, be doing a Gen 5.2 AEF. So there'll at least be that as well to look forward to. So if you want to see me tackle Black 2 and White 2, just wait for that. Obviously, in this case, the idea is obviously I'm going to do Gen 1 Original AEF, Gen 2 Original AEF, Gen 3 Original AEF, Gen 4 Original AEF, etc. I'm going to do it in order, basically. And I'm not going to have any of them overlap. So, just bear that in mind so you can kind of have an idea of when I'm going to start it, if you will, in case you're looking forward to that. Next up is a Mega Ruby AEF. This LP was actually started on the 5-year anniversary of me doing LPs in general, which was the 13th of March 2016. And I kept the name AEF because I figured, why not? I might as well anyway. It's supposed to be like a special kind of thing, if you will, because it's based on the first ever Let's Play I ever did. So there's that. However, this LP was not actually finished, but I still have the save file to it, as well as the team as well, believe it or not. Therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a Let's Play called Pokemon Omega Ruby After AEF. So it's like a Season 2, basically. That's really what it is, it's just a Season 2 to the original Let's Play, if you will. I can't promise it anytime soon, especially on the 10-year anniversary. I can't really promise that or anything, but I will start it soon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until the actual Let's Play movie has been released, and then I'll start releasing Omega Ruby After AEF. And then once that's done, I can then do a Gen 3 remake AEF, if you will. Of course, I'm going to do Gen 1 remake AEF, Gen 2 remake AEF, Gen 3 remake AEF, and Gen 4 remake AEF as well. I'm going to do all of those as well, of course, because I mean that's a bit obvious at this point. And I'm going to do them in order, obviously. But just know that in order for me to do Gen 3 remake AEF, I need to have completed both Gen 2 remake AEF and Omega Ruby After AEF. So there is that as well to wait for, so it's not going to be a straight away thing kind of thing, unfortunately, but yeah. Next up is my 2 Pokemon Emerald casual playthroughs. Yeah, I actually had 2 attempts at doing Pokemon Emerald on the channel. Now, unfortunately, I didn't actually finish these. I didn't finish either of the 2 LPs, even though one was kind of relatively at the start and the other one was like right at the end. But on the bright side, for one, you're definitely going to get 2 LPs of Pokemon Emerald in the future, so at least there's that. But I actually just got done with an Emerald Nuzlocke last month, so I technically unintentionally fulfilled this promise already. So you know, there you go. If you want to see me play Pokemon Emerald in Falls from start to end, there you go, you've got the Emerald Nuzlocke. Fair enough, it's a Nuzlocke and not a casual playthrough, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. At least it's something for Emerald, so there's that. Finally, I had 4 ASAP runs on the channel, 2 of which were ASAP Zelda Wind Waker with Super Swim, and ASAP Zelda The Minish Cap. Which, bearing in mind, these were all ASAP boss runs, by the way, so there is that as well, because I didn't really have a clear path exactly back then, but I do now, which the information will be linked down below, of course, if you're interested in that. And then the other 2 ASAP runs I had done on my channel were Pokemon Yellow, which I completed, and Pokemon Crystal, that I didn't complete. I had only gotten to the start of the post-game, and I couldn't complete it in the end because of this whole escape situation I needed to do. So unfortunately that remained incomplete, but I do have plans on redoing Pokemon Yellow and Crystal, and of course I'm going to be doing Pokemon Emerald as well right after Crystal is finished. They're not going to overlap, and on top of all that, I might do one for Pokemon Platinum, but I'm not entirely sure at this time. We'll have to see about that. I'm not going to hold my breath or make any promises on that, but you can at least sort of rest easy, if you will, knowing that I'm going to do Yellow, Crystal and Emerald. So at least there's that. Next up is my 3 Dragon Quest Monsters Joker Let's Plays. Well, 3 of them anyway. There is a 4th one, but that's one of the ones I'm not going to go over at this point. So the first one is my Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 1 Casual Let's Play. Now there was only actually one promise that I made in this Let's Play, and I think in September 2014 I wrote in one of the descriptions that I'm no longer going to do that. However, I'm going to go back on my word there and actually do it now. I'm actually going to go ahead and actually do this promised video. So do expect that in the future. I can't promise when it'll be, but it'll definitely be at some point in the somewhat relatively near future-ish. Again, I can't promise a date or anything like that, but I can definitely promise that it's definitely going to get made. As for Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 1 Rank X Challenge and Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2 Rank F Challenge, the former one there was actually complete. However, the latter one, Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2 Rank F Challenge, that was not actually complete, as there were 2 videos that never saw the light of day. Sort of, if you will. The first one, the semi-final video, that was made, but it just never got released. because it was at the time when I had to start thinking about this whole escape situation kind of thing. And then the final video just never got made, therefore Rank F challenge for Joker 2 never actually finished. So the plan for the LP movie is that the missing video that I did make is going to be in the LP movie, but the video that I didn't make is going to be on the main channel. That's the plan, is that all the videos that I haven't made on my old promises, even though they're old promises, are going to go on my main channel, whereas any sort of like archive stuff is going on the archive channel. And on another note, these two LPs did overlap with one another. I'm not sure why I started Rank F challenge so early, but I did for some reason. And another thing for these two Let's Players is that Rank X challenge for Joker 1 did actually finish on the 5-year anniversary of when it started, and Joker 2 Rank F challenge was going to finish on the 5-year anniversary, but unfortunately that was in 2020 and coincided with me having to escape, therefore I couldn't really do that, therefore it never released on the 5-year anniversary. And I'm not even sure if I can release it on the 10-year anniversary, because I'm pretty sure it was back in February of 2015 when it started, which have obviously passed now, so I can't exactly do that for 10 years or anything of the sort, so we'll have to look into that at some point. On another note regarding these two Let's Plays, is that I do plan on doing a Rank X challenge for Joker 2 and a Rank F challenge for Joker 1. So that's something else I kind of am promising as well. I might have mentioned it before I escaped, but I'm definitely going to do it nowadays, if you will. I'm definitely going to do these two Let's Plays sort of reverse now, if you will. So look out for those as well. I'm not sure when they're going to start, but I'm definitely going to do them at some point. Next is Skyward Sword Hero Mode, the LP movie that we've just seen. That has a bunch of promises that I got to keep, so I'll definitely do those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a whole LP of it, because the LP, as you can probably tell, never actually finished. So I'm going to do a full-on Let's Play for it. And what I'll do here as well is I'll do a bonus video, be it for the Promise video series or for the LP itself, where I go over all these promises that I made, if you will, and just make sure to say like, here's that promise, here's that promise, here's that promise, etc, etc. Just so I can say that they're all in one place. So if you only want to see the promises from the LP movie, there you go. Next up is the Let's Cheats. I had 9 Let's Cheats on the channel, and I planned to go for 12. What I'm going to do is, because this one ends up taking up quite a bit of time to talk about, I'm just going to list all of them and sort of put up a call out to say, here's the information on this Let's Cheat, and if you've got any questions, obviously ask them down below and whatnot, and I'll see what I can do. So these Let's Cheats are Let's Cheat The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, Let's Cheat Zelda Ocarina of Time and Pokémon Colosseum, Let's Cheat Pokémon X Gale Darkness and Zelda Majora's Mask, Let's Cheat Pikmin 1 and Luigi's Mansion 1, and Let's Cheat Pikmin 2 and Super Mario Sunshine. Another few things I might as well mention for these Let's Cheats is that I wanted them all to have at least 3 bonus parts, if not more, depending on what I wanted to tackle in them. Also, the next pair of Let's Cheats would always start 4 days after the finale of the main part to the previous Let's Cheat. Also, the finale, the main finale to these Let's Cheats would be a collab with someone, and the collab will always be someone different. And yeah, I think that's really all the rules I really had for these Let's Cheats, to be honest. If I miss any, I'll probably put them up on screen as well. Now, like I said, I had 12 Let's Cheats planned, but I've only listed 9. These last 3 Let's Cheats that I had planned were Mario Kart Double Dash and The Legend of Zelda Forza's Adventure as a pair, And finally, Twilight Princess, another Zelda game. Mario Kart Double Dash and Forces Adventure would have been really cool to do as like a collab at the end, because I could actually invite someone over to do a collab physically here with me, if you will, where we could actually play together rather than it be someone just watching me play, if you will, and commentating at the same time. And Twilight Princess, that would have just been another Let's Cheat, if you will, kind of just doing it for the sake of doing it, if you will, in a sense. But I would have had 12 bonus parts to it, where each bonus part I collab with someone from the respective previous Let's Cheats, if you will. So all the Let's Cheats, I would collab with the same person. So whoever I collabed with in Wind Waker, I would collab with in Twilight Princess bonus part 1. And whoever I collabed with in Let's Cheat Ocarina of Time and Pokemon Colosseum, I would collab with in bonus part 2 or 3. And, you know, collab with those two in those two parts, if you will. Not necessarily both parts, just one for bonus part 2 and one for bonus part 3, and so on and so forth. But of course, I never made it that far. I do want to kind of see the end to these Let's Cheats, to say I've finally done them and I can put them to rest properly, but I'm not going to hold my breath too hard on those, unfortunately, so we'll have to see about that when we get round to it. Since we're on the topic, I guess I'll also explain this. I did have like an even less linear Let's Play of Ocarina of Time, where I still used cheats, but I actually explored the area, if you will. I explored the game and whatnot with these cheats. And so I might do something like that again in the future, but more so as like a Let's Explore kind of thing, if you will, where we just explore the world, if you will. Maybe with cheats, maybe without. You know, it's just one of those kinds of things where we just see where the game takes us, kind of thing. Next are a few Let's Plays that I figured I gotta mention them anyway in some capacity, so I'll mention them here. The first one being kind of relevant to the previous Let's Play we just talked about, that being Pokemon Yellow with glitches. In this case, it was obviously with glitches, and I escaped Pallet Town with a particular glitch. And so I'm going to see about doing that again and seeing where the game takes me, kind of thing. And I guess on that note as well, I can also mention my DeviantArt journals, where I sort of did Let's Plays but in written format. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn these written format Let's Plays into video format Let's Plays, if you will. So yeah, I'll get on that when I can. I can't promise when I'll release these at all, but I can at least tell you that I've already started progress on the first one, and I'm going to make more progress as time goes on. I just can't promise when I'm going to release these videos and whatnot, and I don't really know of a way to tackle these in the sense of an order, if you will, at this moment in time, but it is definitely in the works, and you'll definitely see it at some point. Just, I don't know when yet, so we'll have to wait and see about that. Especially since the first DeviantArt journal I wrote was on Ocarina of Time, which I've kind of already done a lot of LPs on already, if you will. Currently I've kind of, like my first Let's Play since returning was kind of on Ocarina of Time, and then I did a 3-hard run of Ocarina of Time, and I've got a few bonus series for that Let's Play, and then you know, I've got a few other bits and pieces to tend to as well in regards to Ocarina of Time. So it's going to be a hot minute before I think about releasing that Let's Play, or rather that DA journal Let's Play, if you will, as a video, but we'll have to see. Next is my Pikmin 2 8 Day No Death run. That Let's Play, I mean, I did complete it, and I did it without cheats, obviously, but I didn't show everything off in the LP because I felt like I couldn't record it all given my situation at this time, and so I couldn't really properly record it all, unfortunately. Maybe I'll try it again in the future, but I wouldn't hold your breath on that, to be honest. But at least I'll be the LP movie, so at least there's that. And then the final Let's Play I can talk about, the final like sort of one-off Let's Play, if you will, is a blind Let's Play on Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. Now this Let's Play, it's unfortunately too late to do a blind Let's Play of it now, but what I can at least do is an AEFE run of the game, as well as Oracle of Seasons, and I'll even do both based and linked versions as well at some point as AEFE runs. So look forward to that as well. Again, I can't promise any sort of date for this, but they're definitely going to come out at some point. I'm also not exactly sure how I'm going to tackle these, if you will. Like, I might tackle seasons based first, and then ages linked, and then I'll wait a bit and then tackle ages based, seasons linked. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to tackle all 4 games in this case at some point when we get a chance to, so look forward to that. Finally, a few one-off videos that I can talk about. So, there's this one video that I made, and I'm pretty sure I remade it, funnily enough. The only video that I ever remade of my own, if you will. And that is this glitch video that I did in Ocarina of Time 3D. I'm definitely going to remake that video at some point, because I feel like it's worth showing off anyway, just for the fun of it, if you will. And I kind of want to do it anyway, because again, it's one of those kind of just fun videos anyway, and it's a glitch video, you know, it's always kind of nice, and maybe I'll do a part 2 to it, because the glitch in question is kind of interesting. And in fact, if anything, there is a let's play of sorts that I got to do as well in regards to it, so, you know, in regards to Ocarina of Time 3D anyway, so there is that to look forward to as well. But otherwise, this one video, yeah, this one video is definitely going to get remade at some point. I unfortunately can't say when, but it's probably going to be one of the sooner videos that you'll get, because it is just a one-off video, that's the thing. These one-off videos will probably get done a lot sooner than the rest of the promises that I've got in these videos, or at least these ones at the end anyway. Next up is a Yu-Gi-Oh! AEFE video that I did. This would have been, I think, in August. I feel like it was in August, but I can't say when exactly, like what year or whatever. I'm not entirely sure if August is correct, but I'm fairly certain that this was like at the start of Yu-Gi-Oh! AEFE. It definitely would have been like the earlier series, if you will, of AEFE, the earlier portion of the series. Now, I'm not going to say what it's about. Some of you might have a slight idea, but I'm going to remake it because I figured it's one of those random videos that I did that I feel like it's kind of worth remaking, if you will, in a sense. At least in the sense of, like, you know, it's one of my videos and I just kind of want to remake it, if you will, for that nostalgia factor, if you will. I know I'm going to keep moving forward as well, which I am doing, but at the same time, I've been really getting into nostalgia lately, so I'm going to make this one as well. Plus, I feel like there's also a bit of it that's still worth making anyway, even if you don't count this nostalgia of it, if you will. Next is a Zelda timeline from a magazine video that I did. Except, well, I didn't really do it, because I was going to make it, but I got halfway through and gave up on the video, which I did regret doing because the magazine eventually got thrown away, because of course it did. I didn't want to throw it away, but sucks that it did, but fortunately though, I can now actually do it again, so I can actually attempt to show the timeline off again. So I'll definitely do that when I get a chance to. That would be a nice little video, if you will, I think. Just a nice little, like, thought experiment, if you will. So that's something nice to look forward to. And then the final video that I can mention, or the final one-off video I can mention, is this Minecraft farm kind of thing that I want to do again. And it's actually kind of good that I had to remake it as well, because the farm is actually a little better, thanks to some new items in the game that have been added. So that's really nice that it's there now. So I'll definitely get in on that when I get a chance. And then there is another series, a short series if you will, of videos that I did that I'm also going to remake. I've mentioned it before on the channel, even after the escape. So I'll definitely get on that when I can. It's a Zelda theory video. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it a series, like a short series, or just one full video. But we'll have to see when I get a chance to make it, if you will. So we'll see what happens with that when we get around to it. And yeah, that's pretty much all the promises that I know I need to make at this point. So definitely look out for all of those when they get made and whatnot. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. There's always links down below in the description, so make sure to go check those out as well. Particularly the stuff like the AEFE runs, and stuff like that, because that's a good source of information for this kind of stuff. But also always feel free to ask questions as well, because I know sometimes it's a bit confusing. Not in a mean way, if you will, obviously, just in the sense of like, yeah, sometimes you don't understand it straight away, which is totally reasonable. And yeah, I'll see how soon I can get some of this stuff done. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a really minky day.